Welcome to Mundo Crypto's newscast, and what a day to tune in.
Markets are in panic mode and the price of Bitcoin hits rock bottom, reaching $29,000.
The crypto ecosystem supporting Elon Musk, the growing adoption and the fall of Luna are just some of our top headlines today here on Mundo Crypto.
Let's kick off.
The price of Bitcoin has been overrun by external causes that pushed the asset to the price we see today. Let's kick off with the Fed meeting.
On May 4th, the Federal Open Market Committee met to determine a rise in rates of 50 points. This measure seeks to curb the inflation data, which in the US reached a peak not seen in over 40 years. The market awaited with anticipation not only the hike but also the words of the President of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, to paint a picture of the measures to be taken in future meetings of the year.
Markets, including those of cryptocurrencies, reacted positively since investors had already come to terms with the possibility of a 50-point rise and the announcement of two other possible hikes in the coming months. This was evident in Bitcoin, for instance, which sat around $39,500 and proceeded to surpass the $40,000 mark. But just when it seemed that everything was good and the market was about to take off again, the unthinkable happened.
Yes, the next day, May 5th, the market started dropping drastically in a matter of hours and continues to this day. The market opened at $39,845 and closed at $36,550. There were several root causes, as we mentioned on Friday in our weekly analysis. The US was setting off alarm bells.
One of the determining factors was the US non-farm productivity index, which fell by 7.5% in the first quarter of 2022, an unexpected figure that marked the largest drop in quarterly productivity since the third quarter of 1947, 2 years after the end of World War II.
Another root cause is the core CPI. This index, which measures changes in the price of goods and services excluding food and energy, finds itself at a 6.5% inflation rate, which is quite significant. Tomorrow, May 11th, the Fed releases the minutes of the CPI and the core CPI. So if the forecasts are not met, we might witness a continuous fall in markets.
Definitely, one of the factors that led to the Fed to raise interest rates is the strength of the US economy, reflected in the value of the dollar, which finds itself at record highs. But increasing requests for employment subsidies in the United States seems to have set off alarm bells in the North American country.
As we report this, Bitcoin finds itself at $31,519 after rebounding from its lowest price so far this year, which hit $29,730.
In addition to Bitcoin, one of the most charismatic people alive today has made headlines once again with cryptocurrencies. Elon Musk, the wealthiest man in the world, according to Forbes magazine, continues with his quest to buy Twitter and has raised more than $7 billion. This capital was sourced from a variety of entities in the cryptocurrency sector.
One investor was Binance. The cryptocurrency exchange contributed $500 million to the cause. Another investment fund that has contributed a good chunk of cash is VY Capital, with a whopping $700 million. This fund has an important presence on blockchain.com.
But the investor that has put the most amount of money towards this venture is Oracle. This investment fund, Lawrence J. Ellison Irrevocable Trust, belongs to the co-founder of the technological company, James Ellison, who left $1 billion in the hands of Musk.
Yes, you heard us right, 1 billion with a B. In addition to this strategic investment, Ellison is also the second largest Tesla shareholder, Elon Musk's company.
Furthermore, another investor that stands out is A16Z, which contributed $400 million. The investment group has a strong presence in the non-fungible token field, where it is invested in Yuga Labs, creator of the Bored Apes. This week, Elon Musk returned to his usual skepticism of NFTs, adding a collage of Bored Apes to his profile picture of him to show just how fungible they were. Surprisingly, however, he removed this profile picture soon after.
Moving on, Luna Foundation Guard gets rid of all their bitcoins. After months of accumulating millions of dollars worth of bitcoins as part of their strategy to back its UST stablecoin, the non-profit organization's wallet has been completely wiped out. This news comes shortly after LFG acquired a lump sum amount of bitcoins with the help of crypto prime broker Genesis and crypto hedge fund 3 Arrows Capital.
Indeed, its latest Bitcoin acquisition brought it closer to its goal of accumulating $10 billion worth of said currency, which, according to the co-founder of Luna, Dongkwon, would occur by the end of the third quarter. In fact, this latest transaction placed UST Forex Reserve in the top 10 Bitcoin holders in the world. UST's value, which is meant to be $1 given it is a stablecoin, has now dropped, causing many users to lose trust in the project.
That's right. Stay tuned tomorrow as we'll be posting a deep dive on Luna's fall here on Mundo Crypto. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell button to stay up to date.
Speaking of stablecoins, this week a new stablecoin has been born. Tron launched USDD, a 3.0 stablecoin. The absence of censorship and free access barriers help this stablecoin to fully ensure the integrity of private property.
According to the company, USDD is unique due to its low volatility and its ability to preserve and increase the value of assets in the event of market instability. Its arbitration mechanism allows USDD to be sent to the protocol to burn it and obtain the equivalent amount in TRX if the price falls below the dollar.
It seems that adoption continues around the world, and this time positive news reaches us from the UK. A recent study conducted by Coinbase states that at least a third of the British population has traded cryptocurrencies at some point, while 33% of inhabitants of the UK currently own some form of cryptocurrency. This represents an increase of 4% compared to the last study carried out in October 2021. In fact, the same report revealed that the number of digital currency users in the region could rise by up to 61% over the next 12 months.
Despite the British government monitoring all advertisements related to digital assets in the territory in order to protect its citizens from crypto-related activities, it is clear that the United Kingdom is slowly but surely opening its doors to digital assets. In fact, Member of Parliament Matt Hancock has been trying to turn the country into the home of innovation such as cryptocurrencies.
And you know what? Nothing aids adoption like big brands accepting payments with cryptocurrencies, which is just what none other than Gucci has gone and done. The luxury fashion brand has announced that it will be accepting cryptocurrency payments in some branches in the United States this month, and expects this pilot project to reach all branches before summer.
The Italian high-end retailer will support a total of 10 cryptocurrencies, including 5 stablecoins whose value is pegged to the US dollar. Currencies include Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Litecoin, and surprisingly meme coins such as Dogecoin and Shiba. In order to make use of this new payment method, the company will send a client a link via email, leading to a QR code that allows the payment to be carried out from a crypto wallet.
This is not the brand's first involvement in the world of digital assets either. In fact, Gucci was the first luxury brand to launch an NFT, which sold for $25,000 in June. The firm offers holders of their NFTs exclusive access to new clothing collections, which allows them to purchase them before any other customers. The end goal is to strengthen the brand's community while reinforcing the union between the NFT collections, Web3, and real-world acquisitions.
Speaking of NFTs, Sandbox turns to non-fungible tokens while said market slowly falls apart. According to the American multinational chain, NFTs have broad potential to create an expanded, shared ownership model for loyalty, the offering of unique experiences, community building, storytelling, and customer engagement, which is why the company plans to create a series of branded NFT collections.
Exactly. Starbucks views the collections based on Starbucks' artistic expressions, both heritage and newly created, as well as world-class collaborations with other investors and like-minded brands, as a cumulative business source which can be beneficial to shareholders.
And that's not all. The company is also developing its own Web3 platform, the Starbucks Digital Community Web3, which will automatically synchronize the store's mobile payments. In fact, its mobile payment app is the second most used in the United States, with more than 30 million users.
In more NFT-related news, Kraken, the cryptocurrency exchange, is taking the plunge and bringing out its own NFT platform. Through this, the exchange looks to cater to the demand for NFTs seen in recent years. Their goal is to create a complete ecosystem for the exploration, curation, and security of users' NFT collections.
What sets this NFT platform apart, however, is the fact that it boasts zero gas fees. According to the exchange, once an NFT is custodied with the Kraken NFT, users would not pay any blockchain network fees for trading activities taking place within the platform. In addition, another feature that stands out is the ability to collect NFTs across a multiple of blockchain networks via a single interface.
This is of course very big news as very few platforms offer this service and therefore positions the exchange perfectly to compete with the few platforms that do, such as Mammoth Exchange Crypto.com.
And of course, we can't bring up exchanges without mentioning Binance, which has made its debut in France. The leading cryptocurrency exchange has been granted its first license in Europe as a digital asset provider by the French Financial Markets Authority, the regulatory body responsible for monitoring and defending the French financial markets, as well as ensuring the economic training of investors.
With this new license, the exchange intends to rapidly expand its operations in France in order to make cryptocurrencies and its services increasingly accessible to everyone. Additionally, it plans to expand its workforce to achieve further infrastructure development, given its mission is to become the largest service provider in the blockchain ecosystem, and it seems to be inching ever so closer to achieving this goal.
Funny you mentioned goals, because CEO Changpeng Zhao's exchange, in addition to his recent investment in Twitter, has popped his hands into his pockets to close in on the world of sports, specifically soccer. The Chinese-Canadian businessman has recently become an official sponsor of the Argentine soccer team and the Brazilian League Championship, the Brasileirão.
But this is not the only crypto sports news of this week, as OKX also seems to want a piece of the action and signs an agreement with McLaren F1 team to sponsor the Formula One.
The aim is to support the global experience of the team, as stated in the press release, and this agreement was made official at least at the last Formula One Miami Grand Prix, where the branding of the cryptocurrency exchange could be seen on various spots of the car, such as the rear spoiler of the mirrors.
Exactly. Although the team didn't make the podium, OKX certainly got their money's worth of marketing, as at one point all eyes turned to the number 4 McLaren car driven by Lando Norris, as an accident left him out of the race. Curiously, the sponsor of the AlphaTauri team was involved in the accident is the Phantom Foundation responsible for the FTM currency.
Rivalry from the crypto companies. In Dubai, Assets Regulatory Authority recently announced its entry into the metaverse by setting up its headquarters in the dynamic virtual world, the Sandbox. This aims to facilitate collaborative engagement between global industry-leading virtual asset service providers and the regulatory authority.
Through this initiative, the regulatory entity intends to establish a safe and progressive operating framework so that the virtual asset sector may experience greater scalability. Furthermore, it seeks to guarantee the protection of the market and investors in addition to regulating the principles of services and activities.
The fact that Vara has acquired land in the Sandbox represents its faith in the sector, as well as the government's objective to be the bridge between investors and consumers for the adoption and scalability of the economy in a safe and collaborative way.
And not too far from Dubai, in Uzbekistan, the president of the country issued a decree to adopt a special framework for cryptocurrencies. In it, the authority has promoted cryptocurrency trading, proposing to allow the country's residents to carry out all kinds of cryptocurrency transactions.
In addition, following this decree, the next point betted on was mining. The government, looking to attract miners, will enable the withdrawal of cryptocurrencies under one condition: they should feed off renewable energy entirely. All operations with cryptocurrencies carried out by national and foreign companies established in the country will also be exempt from income tax.
It seems that Uzbekistan is in favour of cryptocurrencies. Now, let's discuss the cryptocurrencies that have seen the most movement in the past 24 hours. In the top gainers, we find Elrond, Maker and Quantum, the 3 cryptocurrencies with the most significant upward movement. Elrond's rise in price could be explained by the agreement reached between Elrond and Bitmart, one of the largest exchanges in the market currently. This agreement was reached in order to develop the Elrond ecosystem through financing, new markets and other support.
In terms of losers, we've got Luna in first place. This could be due to users losing trust in the token. It's clear to see that Luna ecosystem is going through difficult times. This is followed by LDO and Steppen.
Exactly. The NFT market unfortunately cannot dodge this situation. The main tokens in the NFT ecosystem have also dropped, although the Sandbox surpasses Decentraland's in terms of volume cap. The top 3 are led by ApeCoin due to it being the governance token of the other side metaverse. It was also used to buy virtual plots of land in said metaverse. This was followed by the Sandbox and Decentraland.
And with this, we bring today's newscast to an end. Make sure to tune in next week.